Good evening, everybody. How's it going? How are we doing tonight? Fix that camera. It's too high. Having fun on a Tuesday night? It's good stuff today, guys. Kickstarters going off. OGL's back. Black Flag moving forward. AEW releases their first Pathfinder 2 Kickstarter. It's a good day. How's it going, John? Yeah, we'll see what happens today, guys. We need more DCC coverage. I could work on that. I gotta bust into the DCC stuff. I haven't really done it yet, but I will. I'm only coming on your left ear. Hold on a second. Let me fix that. I have a new setup, so there might be a few bugs to work out. Hold on. Let's see here. How's that? Is that better? That should do it. I should be coming through both ears now. You like the music? The music is what's his name? Michael. I'm gonna say his last name wrong. Gaffelli or Gelify. He does a bunch of good stuff. He has a YouTube channel now that just streams music all the time. But he specializes in fantasy music. So he actually has like a module for Roll20. There's a bunch of like free music for his stuff on Roll20 and all sorts of stuff. Yep. Yeah, I got the whole new layout here. Like I did a whole revamp of the look over the weekend, so there might be a little tweaking to do, but I think it looks nice. I think it looks good. Oh, I'm all about Black Flag continuing on 5e, man. I think it's gonna be great because here's the deal, right? 6th edition is happening. It's probably going to be a more closed license. Publishers aren't going to want to go to it. It's going to be that nice walled garden thing. I'm sure plenty of people will go for it, but I think a lot of people are going to start playing 6e and then go, why are there no Kickstarters? Why is everybody still doing 5e stuff? Things like that. And they're going to realize that this whole license thing actually did affect them. And they're going to be upset. But, without 5e, new 5e stuff really coming, I feel like, Black Flag is really going to be the Pathfinder of 5e. So I think it'll be cool. Yeah, I got a red light behind me. That's why the books look red. I could change the color too. I got a little app. I could change the color. If you want to make it like blue, we can go blue. See, now it's a blue light. I got a purple light. You can go all sorts of colors on the lighting. Isn't that neat? Or we can go with no light. But I don't know. I was kind of digging the red. I was digging it. It feels dangerous. I just have a little Logitech camera, and then my microphone is I can't remember the name of it. It's a Audio Technica mic. So I have a little mixer box. I can actually put like 2 mics in if I wanted to. Hopefully it sounds good. I haven't had really any issues with my audio. I do all my videos and stuff like that with this mic, so when I record my videos, depends. I used to use my phone a lot more. Lately, I've been using this camera more just because I've been doing, like when I have to screen share and stuff like that, it's easier to use OBS to record my videos. Otherwise, normally I would use like my camera and I capture audio separately and then do it all in Microsoft or in Adobe Premiere. So it's a whole process. Us little YouTubers have to do all our own stuff. We don't have I can't afford to hire somebody to do this stuff for me yet. So I have to do it all myself, and it's a lot of work. But I like it. But I'm digging the setup here. We got different views, we got animations. See, like here, if I wanted to show you guys the mini dungeon tome for AEW, we can switch over here and check out the fancy animations. And here we go. So I think it looks pretty cool. This is doing great, by the way. They are crushing it on this. It is up to $1,300, almost $1,400 $1,000 of their 2,000 gold. They funded in minutes. But I love the mini dungeon. I actually have my 5e one right here. This is my mini dungeon tome. But it's a great book because it's just, I got 100, and this one's 130. I think the new one's gonna be 110. But it's just a bunch of cool little like one shots that essentially take up like 2 pages in a book. That's it. Like there's another one. So you just flip up, and you have these little adventures that you can just plug right into your games. Super, super easy. I love them. So I hope that they release it for Foundry. I was actually telling them they really should do a Foundry release for this because Pathfinder 2 is so tied into Foundry. I think it would be really, really great to have it on there. I might be able to do it. I haven't done a Pathfinder conversion yet, but I want to. I think it would be cool. The Rodecaster Pro 2. Yeah, I mean, at some point I'm going to get another mic too. Like, I like this mic, but it's an Omni, and I kind of want something more directional, I think. I don't know. I like that one mic you see a lot of YouTubers and stuff use that has like the lights that light up and looks super cool. So when it is on camera, it looks neat. But I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to. It's hard to keep investing money into something that doesn't pay. So we'll see. But you also notice that I have rebranded to GM Toolbox. My Facebook is still DM Toolbox. It takes a little time for that to change. But everything, I've updated all my socials and everything, and we are officially the GM Toolbox now, because I do want to start covering more systems. So we'll see. But I got a little bit of a backlog of stuff to review. I have a new book from Kwood Publishing. I don't have a physical copy. I have a PDF, but and they have another one that's going to be coming out. So I still got to do that one. But OGL and Black Flag and all that was really been dominating me lately. Plus, when these Kickstarters launch, I try to cover them right away. So I probably should do one on the mini dungeon this week. I did the the Nord one last week. I did the Deep Magic before that. So trying to keep up with all these Kickstarters, but it's like Kickstarter season. Like this Q1 is always crazy with these Kickstarters. There's so much good stuff going on right now. I'm super excited. And then I'm kind of curious to see what the year brings. So, Project Black Flag is going to be starting up playtest soon. I'm going to turn on memberships here real soon on the channel. I didn't do it yet. I was kind of still deciding what I want to do for benefits and things like that. There's a little work involved before I just turn on memberships. But one of the things I'd like to do is select some members at random, maybe once or twice a month, and do some Project Black Flag playtests with them live on stream. So I think that'd be a lot of fun. I think that'd be a cool thing to do. So we'll see how that goes. Goliath Coins is doing Call of Cthulhu coins. You can see I have my Goliath coins right there up on top of my shelf next to my DM screen. I love the Goliath coins. They're super, super cool. Joe Ward, the owner of that, he cranks out great stuff. Get this a little smaller. I had the screen too big. Let's see here. Do you think a lot of Kickstarters were waiting to launch because of the OGL drama? Yeah, probably. I mean, I know some people weren't. People were just holding off on publishing, like they didn't know what to do. And then on top of that, there's a lot of people just bailing on 5e during the OGL drama. So, there was a lot going on there. It all turned out pretty good. I think that, now we have OGL and Creative Commons, so, you can publish under both, which is great. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I think that, there was maybe a little bit of hesitation on publishers on what they wanted to launch and what they were going to do. I know some were saying how they were just going to go system agnostic. Others were, trying to push stuff out before, before the new OGL came out so they can get it, and keep it under OGL 1.0. So it was a lot going on, but it all worked out in the end. The OGL stuff is at least over now. So at least over-ish now. So we'll see. You have 3 different sets of Goliath ones. I think you have more than me. Well, I got the new ones too, which are a little bigger. Like he did the new ones that are like larger ones, and then I have some of the older, smaller ones. But they're really freaking cool. I'm gonna use them in my game as an actual handout that I'll give to the players. the ability to use them to teleport to other parts of the world. So it'll be kind of cool. If you guys are here, don't forget, hit the like button. It helps get other people to come and show up and hang out with us, which would be great. I'm thirsty tonight. Damn. It's a long day at work. I could not wait to get done with work and do this tonight. Like, this is what I was looking forward to all day. Just coming and doing this. So I'm glad we're here. I'm glad it's happening. Try to do this whole Tuesday and the whole Tuesday Saturday or Tuesday Friday bit is my goal. So I got that set you reviewed, the Thunder Dragon. Yeah, those were cool. Those were cool coins. Let's look at the. They have it up already. Might as well. Let's look at this Kickstarter because it's got some good stuff. So this is their first. This is AEW's first 2E Pathfinder 2E Kickstarter. Let's go over to the campaign page. Yeah, I am stealing your coins idea. It was a great idea, and I'm using it. I think I talked about your idea during my my videos. Though I'm not going to have them transporting from world to world, just to different locations around the world. All right, so over 110 short adventures and side treks for Pathfinder 2nd Edition, so pretty cool. Now, I'm going to assume that most of these, and I haven't actually asked Jonathan or anybody from AEW, but I'm going to assume that these are mostly the same ones from the original mini dungeon tome, just converted to Pathfinder 2E. At some point, I'm hoping they're going to do a mini dungeon tome 2 with a bunch of the new adventures, because there's some great ones out there. My DM that runs games for me weekly, he actually just wrote his first mini dungeon for them, so that's pretty cool. Let's see here. The mini dungeon tome contains a wealth of grab-and-go adventures and side quests for PF2. The mini dungeon herein is designed to be easy to run with minimum preparation required and covers levels 1 through 20. The appendix of the book contains a vast wealth of creatures, hazards, and stat blocks. These are setting agnostic and can easily be inserted anywhere you're in your ongoing campaign. While called mini dungeons, they encompass more than just hack and slash, though there's plenty of that as well. The feature, combat, role-playing, and problem-solving are perfect additions to your game if you need a side trek in a pinch. The tome contains more than 110 adventures spanning over 280 pages, more with stretch goals. The adventures are color-coded for your convenience, so you can immediately flip to it, the respective level range you require, the project level range of the book. So let me see here. I think mine has that too. And they do have a ribbon in this too, by the way. So yeah, you can see right here. I don't know how well you guys can make it out, but you can see the colors. So let's see here. It says green is levels 12 through 14 in there. And sure enough, let's see here. Let's see. It doesn't say, does it? 4 PCs. Yep, level 12. It says right here on the top of the pages. So it tells you how many PCs here. And then on the other page, it tells you the level. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I like it. And then the text itself, the header text, is the same color as kind of the section, which I like. I like this, but I've used it several times in my in a few of my games. I've even done some put some of these into Foundry. I'd love to see the whole thing in Foundry at some point. It's just that's a lot of work. We've got some pre-gens in the back here. All sorts of cool stuff. This is a cool one. This is a Flight of the Griffin Wind. It's an airship one. This is a level. This isn't any. You do have some any level ones. Yeah, this is the 5e version. This is the 5e version. I do not have the Pathfinder 2 version. There is a Pathfinder 1 version out there, but they cleared out the inventory on it, so I don't know if there's any left. But I see them pop up online sometimes, like eBay and some of the RPG auction groups and stuff like that. But it should be, I mean, it's essentially the same book. It's just going to be for Pathfinder 2. It should be mostly the same modules in there, things like that. It's a great book. I mean, it is super, super handy. I love that it's literally just open it up and it's one page. And the other thing too is if you're in a forest, you just find a good forest one, and there you go. You're set. Like you can prep super quick with these. They're not hard. They're not hard to get together. So you can see here some of these examples here, how it's just, that's it. Like here's the map, these 2 pages, that's your whole adventure. So they've got, let's see, PDF pledge level. They got the hardcover plus PDF. They will have a digital map pack for VTTs, which is great because that's a lot of maps. Digital MP3 soundtrack, that's cool. I love soundtracks. I wonder if we already has. Oh, let's see here. Hold on, we got a soundtrack here. Let's listen. Little sample. That's nice. A little haunting music there. I think you guys can hear that. Yep, I should be able to hear that. Here, let's jump forward. That's music. Digging it. That's a Desert Explorer one. 33 tracks. That's a lot of tracks. That's a good sized bit of audio. And we got our digital map pack. Let's see. So stretch goals. Let's see. Mini dungeon added. So we got a new mini dungeon. New mini dungeon and added art. Another dungeon. It's gonna be more dungeons and art. So just cranking out more and more dungeons with it. Special backer bonus. 100 backers. We add blue colored and colored end papers to the book. 200 backers. We add blue header and tail bands to the book. 300 better paper quality. 400 we increase the ink quality. I wonder if he's gonna do the ribbon or not. I hope he does the ribbon. I like having the bookmark. Like these are great. Every book should have these. Somebody I know did. I can't remember where it was. I saw somebody post a picture where they basically made a bunch of their own. They had like 20 of these things in one of their books, but they did it themselves. Let's see something here. Yep. See. So these are like the blue end pages that kind of just help. It's like a nicer, heavier stock that helps protect the rest of the pages a little nicer. So that'll be an add-on. And then yeah, the better paper quality is always nice. Paper's expensive these days, so it's like that is a good stretch goal to have. Looking at delivering in May, man, it's an aggressive timeline. I wonder where it is at on printing, because that's an aggressive timeline. I know Roltmore's supposed to be out soon too, so Level Up's got something going on. Advanced 5e Gate Pass Gazette Annual, that's cool. So yeah, that's the mini dungeon for Pathfinder 2. So now somebody on here the other day was asking, I don't remember who it was, but somebody was asking me about one-shots for Pathfinder 2, like who makes one-shots for Pathfinder 2? And well, here you go. Here's well over 100 of them for you. So I think that sounds like a good deal. Oh, you couldn't hear me over the music? Sorry. Yeah, the Rise of the Drow Collector's Edition has great ribbons. I think there's 2 in that one. You know, I think those Windows notification sounds, I think, are from my work computer. Let me turn the volume off. My work computer's next to me, and I hear people messaging, and let's kill that volume. There we go. I try to mute all my notifications when I do lives because, like, my friends and stuff on Facebook will be messaging, and you hear the notifications from that, and it's a lot. There we go. So we'll mute those notifications too. There we go. Mute some notifications. Better? Better. I like it. Let's see. Rise of the Drow is awesome. Yeah, Rise of the Drow is a great book. I did the Foundry conversion for that. It was a beast. Is Rise of the Drow Collectors in a Kickstarter? I mean, it was a Kickstarter when they first did it. It was a Kickstarter. It's not Kickstarter right now. You can just buy it now. Go over to AAW.com. You should be able to just buy it. They do have there's a Pathfinder 1 version of it as well, but it's hard to find these days. I don't know. I mean, you can get the PDF, but it's hard to find a physical copy, though I do have one. It'd be cool if they did a Pathfinder 2 version of it, though. I say that, and Thomas is like, no thanks. He doesn't want to do layout on that. That sounds like a lot of work. Thomas is in chat here. He does all the layout for these books for AAW. But it would be cool to see Rise of the Drow for Pathfinder 2. Tilo is the one who'd have to do all the work on it. You like the transitions? That's what I did on Saturday. I set the whole new look up of the page. I think it looks cool. I'm happy with it. And then, if we get any super chats or tips or subscribers, that should all pop up here and show on the screen. And then we would, put your name down here. I went all out. I'm trying to make it nice. I'm trying to show the appreciation for you guys. Because it's, I really want to do this more often with y'all. Yeah, you should check out AAW. So why don't we go check it out now? Because they got so much good stuff over there. Here. So, transition. Wow, fancy. So, you got Rise of the Drow, you got Survival's Guide to Spelunking, both great books. We got map packs and all sorts of stuff. We've got, we can look at the 5e stuff at the very least. So, one thing you can do is you can subscribe to AAW, and you get mini dungeons every month. So $10 a month, you get a $10 store credit per month. So right there, it pays for itself. 10% off all AAW products and access to our library of PDF online flip books. So you get a bunch of, like basically these mini dungeons that are in the book. They have new ones come out weekly, so you get access to those. If you're in their Discord, when the new mini dungeons drop, they are free for everybody for 1 week. But then after that, I think you have to be a member to get them for free, or you can go and buy them. So there's 254 of them currently available. So they're 99 cents. But you can see here, this one just dropped this week, and it is free through the end of this week. So if you go over there, you can pick that up for free. But I got just tons and tons and tons of mini dungeons, all for free. If we go back here again, we have a bunch of Pathfinder 1 stuff. We have a few things for Savage Worlds. We have a few things for Starfinder. They do have like map packs, things like that. And then, we do have Foundry content on here, and Roll20 content, and Fantasy Grounds content, a whole bunch of stuff. Have I talked about the OGL versus Creative Commons FAQ that Watsy tweeted about on D&D Beyond? I have not yet, no. But thanks for the super chat. There it is. Look at that. See how that pops up? I like that. It's fancy. And yeah, we can go look at that. Give me a second. We can go see what they did. So anyway, head over to AAW, take a look, grab that free PDF at the very least. There's a free mini dungeon for you. If you're not part of their Discord, I think it's just aawgames.com/Discord should get you there, but the link's on the website as well. And they post those mini dungeons every week. You can grab them. All right, let's go to the Twitters. Warren says starting a Phandelver campaign where the region is in a 3-year drought. The drought leads the players up onto the mountains where they find Roltwork. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. I like that. I'm going to do one where... so I'm thinking that my wife's cleric, because we're playing in Midgard, she is a cleric of Boldar, which is really a mask of Lada, which is the goddess of healing. And she's in Zobek looking for help from the High Priestess of Lada to help build up her church and where she's from. And she's going to have to be sent on this kind of quest to kind of prove herself. And I think that I'm going to tie Roltmork into that quest, that somehow maybe either Lada's other mask is the water goddess, or the water goddess is like a sister of Lada or something like that. But she's going to eventually send her somewhere in the Southlands, so where I think I'm going to do it, like in the middle of the Southlands, to go and do roll work. So Voltmark is AEW's previous Kickstarter that's still not out yet, but it should be coming out soon. It is this really cool, like kind of tier 2 level adventure about duality, where there is this water god. Basically there's this huge spire out in the middle of these badlands. They're just a waste. And but it used to be this lush, beautiful place with these two rivers that flow through. And something happened, which you'll find out about in the module. But it all got corrupted and tainted, and now the water dried up and there's nothing. So you have to basically make your way down into the dungeons of Roltmork and discover what happened and restart this water clock that will restore the rivers and restore life to the land. But one of the big aspects of it is duality, where you'll find certain things are either in flow mode or in stagnation mode, blue represented by blue and green. And there will be even monsters that have both flow or stagnation states. And when they're in those different states, they're going to have different abilities. They might have different vulnerabilities, different resistances, different attack abilities they can do, things like that. And you can actually change the state of them with these magic items and stuff. So it's super, super cool. It'll be on Foundry too if you're a Foundry guy. I'm almost done with it. It should be on Roll20. It should be on Fantasy Grounds. And I believe it's going to be on Shard. I'm pretty sure it's going to be on Shard too. So, yeah, got some options there. But it is going to be... It's super cool. It's one of the cooler ones that, adventures I've seen. I really like it a lot. Some super cool writing and stuff like that in it. So, I think you'll like it. Let's see here. So the Twitters. Man, how did I miss that Kickstarter? I'm usually on top of the TTR. Yeah, I don't know, man. I did videos on it. I interviewed AAW guys when they launched. I had them on. You should still be able to pre-order it though. It's not too late. They even have a box set. So there's like the book, there's a limited edition book, and then there's a box set that has the normal book plus pawns and dice and these flow and stagnation stones, like handouts, like a whole bunch of handouts, like paper handouts, all this cool stuff for your players. Because there's this other language there called Grecian, and you have to translate it. And there's a few different ways you can translate it. So there's like a magic item that when you attune to it, you can read the language. But if you don't attune to it, it's a cipher that you can use to decode the language. And there's a few other ways, but it's super cool. But comprehend language spell does not work by a decree by the gods, a holy decree. So you cannot use comprehend languages. All right, let's see. When did they make a statement? I don't see a statement. That's a pinned one. They made another statement today? No, I don't see anything on D&D Beyond since the 27th. Oh, wait, here. Oh, here we go. I see it. Okay, let's go take a look. All right. The SRD resource pages of the D&D website are now includes SRD 5.1, released under Creative Commons, and provides helpful guidance on the SRD and more FAQs on Creative Commons and OGL 1.0a. Learn more. Any follow-up tweets there? Well, let's look. The system reference document SRD contains guidelines for publishing content under the Open Gaming License OGL or Creative Commons. The Dungeon Masters Guild also provides self-publishing opportunities for individuals and groups. Use of D&D content in streaming, fan art, cosplay, and other content is not related to the SRD, OGL, or Creative Commons, but is permitted as described in Wizards Fan Content Policy. Download the version 5.1 system reference document included in Creative Commons here, or the OGL one here. The OGL, Creative Commons, and Dungeon Masters Guild offer different kinds of publishing opportunities. Below is an overview of programs. Last updated 1/30/23. See below for a list of updates and FAQ. So I want to design content using... This is really just basically kind of reiterating stuff we already knew, though. So, yeah, I mean, OGL and Creative Commons fall into the same stuff. Yeah, like if you want to publish stuff for that's specific to Forgotten Realms or Dragonlance or any of the IPs, right? Like you have to go through DM's Guild. That's why all those cool products are on DM's Guild, because part of the deal is, yeah, they get 50% of your money and the rights to your work, but you get to publish content that you wouldn't normally be able to publish. And it helps maybe build some name recognition. But when you're designing your own stuff like AAW is, you want to use OGL or Creative Commons. So yeah, that's the difference. Why does the SRD have only one background? This is all old stuff. Like, this is not really anything new that we didn't know. The full contents of SRD 5.1 are now released under both the terms of OGL 1.8 and Creative Commons Attribution 4.0 International. This means the following. You may choose which license to publish your SRD 5.1 content under. Content you publish under OGL 1.8 must use its attribution terms as specified in the license. Content you publish under Creative Commons must use its attribution terms as specified in its SRD 5.1 preamble. Yep. Some stuff about what is Creative Commons. How is this different? Let's see. What about VTTs? Are there any restrictions on types of content that can use Creative Commons? No. The content in SRD 5.1 can be used in any creative expressions like TTRPGs and VTTs. So yeah, it's not really there's not really anything we didn't know. Creative Commons doesn't administer the license. Who does? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's all good stuff. It's just a little, I guess, helpful bit of information, but nothing new. Yeah, like why use Creative Commons? Let's see. I don't know. Is there one that says why use Creative Commons? How is it different? What is it exactly? What does Creative Commons not do? The Creative Commons does not take ownership of the content that we are licensing. You do not take ownership of the content that you create either. You do not administer the license. You do not have an active role in the process. Yeah, I mean, it's funny. Ryan Dancy was on Roll for Combat today, and they asked him like what he would use, and he actually said OGL because it's more tuned to specific to TTRPGs. Like it's designed for it as opposed to Creative Commons. But I don't really. I mean, you can literally publish under both if you wanted to. Did you send me a link? Hold on. You probably can't publish links in my YouTube channel, Thomas. You probably have to just send it to me and I can publish it. Weird. You can send it to me in Discord or wherever. What the TTRPG one of what? Well, send me a link and I can post it in YouTube for everybody to see if you want. It's fine. Meh. Okay. Somewhere in there it said Creative Commons is more secure, which implies that OGL 1. Well, they still want you to feel that OGL 1.0 is not secure, right? They still kind of want to say like we can revoke it if we want. At this point, I don't know why they'd want to. Like five is out there, 3 is old news. They don't stand to gain anything by revoking 1.0A anymore, and they would just be met with the same pushback. Not to mention. YouTube chat sounds coming through, I think. Yes, somebody was I think sending me a message and you were hearing those notifications. TTRPG market is supposed to grow like 14 billion over the next decade. Yeah. I don't know, because even if, like I said, if they were to revoke 1.0A, we still have Creative Commons, but what would they gain at this point by revoking it? Because 6E is going to have its own license. Like all they have to do is not publish the 6E SRD under 1.0A. They just publish it under whatever license they want. So it's not like having 1.0A out there is going to let us use 6E. It's not. It lets us use 3rd edition, 3.5, and 5E, and that's it. That's all it's good for. So I'm not really worried about them revoking it at this point because they wouldn't gain anything from it. There's no point. And if they did, everybody would fight them. They'd probably go to court, get sued, and lose. Like there's no upside to it at this point. Not to mention, after going back on their word after all this, it would just be bad PR. I'm not worried about Wizards of the Coast. I'm waiting for Paizo's orc license. I think we'll see something pretty soon. I think we'll see something by next month, especially with the way Black Flag is moving. I think we'll see something next month. But yeah, I mean, somewhere, like I said, like the thing about what's secure about Creative Commons is that it's like Orc. It's not going to be controlled by anybody, right? It's nobody can touch it. Like WotC still has control over 1.0A, but nobody has control over Creative Commons. And once it's out there, it's out there. Nobody can do anything. Yeah, but they won't revoke it. That would be just dumb. I mean, that's the thing. You say they weren't acting in their own interest, but that's exactly what they were doing. Is they were acting in their own interest without thinking about other interests. I think they severely underestimated the community reaction to it, because they're a corporation, so their primary goal and really the only thing the thing they're most obligated to do legally is to give returns on investment to their stockholders. That's their purpose. It's not to make us happy. So they didn't really care if we were happy or not until we started hurting their wallet. That was the D&D Beyond thing is really what did it. That, and then the bad press, people starting to buy out all of Paizo stuff, people starting to threaten to boycott the movie. That was all financial, right? And that's when the tide turned. It wasn't signing the open D&D letter or a change.org petition. I'm sure those things showed something, but it was the financials. And once the Washington Post and MSNBC and CBS and all those started making covering it, like the mainstream start covering it and people start seeing the finance section, that's when things took a turn. That's really when it happened. So it is what it is now. We won. They did it. Technically they did win. Here's the thing. They won too because now things are better. Things are calming down. People feel better about going back to the game. People probably go see the movie. People might start to resub to D&D Beyond. Those are all positives, right? They're getting they're getting their name out of the press, at least the bad press. So that is a win for them. We just had to kind of force their hand. So it is a good thing for them that we did that they did this. I mean, but we had to force it. We had to make it worth their while to do this, and we did. Yeah, Wizards of the Coast was watching their money leave. Then they cared about what we said. Exactly. They cared about the money. I mean, that's the thing. I guarantee that the boots on the ground at Wizards of the Coast were freaking horrified by all of this. But the people that have to answer the stockholders, they didn't give a crap until the stockholder said, well, what's going on with the stock price? So, yeah. Victory. So Thomas is saying that TTRPG market is supposed to grow to like 14 billion over the next decade. That's crazy. When you think about the fact that, a couple of years ago, we were essentially just playing. Potential spam. That's that guy again. A couple of years ago, everybody was playing MMOs, right? Mid to late 2000s, even into 2012, 2014, 2015, people were playing MMOs. World of Warcraft was the thing, right? That's why 4E came out, was to compete with that. And then I don't know what it was, what the thing was that really turn people to go back to tabletop, you know, and want to start playing D&D and Pathfinder and even board games and stuff like that again. Like something I mean, we could say Stranger Things and we could say Critical Role, but I think those were just, I think that was part of it. I think those things existed because they didn't want to play World of Warcraft anymore. They wanted something else. You know, I know even a lot of the people I used to play World of Warcraft with started playing D&D. And I'm just like, what is it that, what was that switch that flipped in their heads? You know, I don't know. But for me, it was my old DM from high school reaching out to me and being like, hey, you know, you want to play? It's like, yeah, you know, he's like, all right, we can get online. There's this, you know, Roll20. And we actually were playing Pathfinder. We started playing Pathfinder 1E. And we only got like 1 or 2 sessions in and the group kind of fell apart. Just everybody was busy. But I had the bug at that point, and I started looking for groups, and I found a 5e group, and I went and played my first 5e game, and I was in, and you know, never looked back, and now I'm just, you know, all in. But it's been a crazy, God, I don't even know how many years now. World of Warcraft was bad for 2 expansions in a row. You know, let me think. What was after Mr. Pandaria? I think I played the one after Mr. Pandaria, but I started to kind of decline there. And I don't think I've bought the last 2 expansions or really played the last 3. Really, I don't think I played the last 4. I don't know. I just don't have it in me. I'd rather play like Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Not Knights of Star Wars The Old Republic, the MMO. I like that game. That's a fun one. You know, I get into it every now and then. I just want to play my bounty hunter or something, or play a Jedi. That game is fun. Let's see here. That's what made you drop. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I just wasn't having. It felt like work to me. Then it was less fun. I'm like, I gotta get all my dailies done. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. And I just felt like it was a big old chore that I was having to do every day. And I just was like, I couldn't do it anymore. I was just, you know, I have kids, I have a life. I was just too busy. Which is funny because now I probably spend those same hours shooting videos for the channel or doing Foundry conversions or where. But granted, you know, like at least I'm kind of considering this somewhat of a business that I'm trying to make out of it. And, you know, I'd love to be able to do this full time, you know, at some point. Cataclysm turned you off? Cataclysm had its ups and downs, man. Lich King, I think, was the pinnacle. Rise of Lich King was a great expansion pack. Burning Crusade was good too, but it definitely, like, looking back on it in hindsight, it definitely had a lot of problems. But Lich King was great. I kind of liked Pandaria. Like I enjoyed that one. I liked the areas, and I thought it was fun. But nothing will ever beat D&D for me, man. It's just it's the limited, or not just D&D, but just, you know, tabletop RPG is like the limitlessness of it all. I think is so fantastic. You still do Stotar? Yeah, dude. Stotar's great. Hot Ball. Yep. I have the collector's edition too, like the big box. I have that, with the Darth Magus statue and all that. I love that game. It was a lot of fun. I kind of went through like 2 phases of playing it. Like I played it when it first came out, and then I stopped, and I went back to WoW, and then my WoW guild went to Star Wars, I think, and then I think I can't remember how it worked out. If maybe I joined a Star Wars guild, and then my Star Wars guild went back to WoW. I think that's what happened. Did you guys ever play? Oh man, Star Wars Galaxies. That was the greatest Star Wars MMO ever until it changed it and screwed it up. But when it first came out, it was a true sandbox MMO, and it was so fantastic. Really, it only suffered from a lack of new content. It needed something, but what they gave it was like they basically said, "Oh wow, World of Warcraft is great." Everybody was doing that, and they turned it into a class-based game, because originally it was a skill-based game where you go out and get experience, and then you'd spend your experience on different skills like professions, and you can go up these different profession trees. And there was just like so many different combinations. I think it was 32 professions. Some were baseline, then some were advanced ones. So you had to finish one of the baselines to get into. And there would be 4 trees. There'd be like novice, and then 4 different branches, and then the master, and then but you didn't have to go all the way up. You can go up parts of them and do all this different stuff, and then it would unlock. Every single person had a unique combination of stuff they had to do in the game to become more force sensitive. And every now and then you do something to say, like you sense the force growing or something like that. And eventually you would unlock force sensitivity, and you get a second, because you only allow 1 character slot on the server. So you would unlock a second character slot that would be your Jedi. And then you would go to this village and you do like your Jedi stuff. And then bounty hunters, players that are bounty hunters, could come after you. I mean, it was a great game. And then they had a whole thing where, like, it was everything, like crafting and everything was all done. There's a whole in-game economy where you can craft stuff. You can build towns. You can be the mayor of a town. You can be an architect and design buildings. And you build a whole town. There was these player-made towns out in the middle of nowhere. And there'd be shops there, and you go and buy stuff from their shops. And, I mean, it was great. I need to use a different term other than D&D. Any suggestions, or am I stuck with saying D&D? For what? You could say TTRPG. You could say 5e. Not stuck with D&D. I mean, technically, Wizards of the Coast is now just a 5e publisher. since Creative Commons is out. They're the only D&D publisher, but they are a 5e publisher. Your friend was a Wookiee sniper with animal taming, and they nerfed all 3 of those things at the same time in an update. He just quit that day. Yeah, man. They nerfed the entire game in one day. It was terrible. It was terrible. There are servers out there, though. There's groups that are running fan-made servers that you can still play like the old version of the game. And it's super good. Yeah, well, so use 5e or use DTRPG. Yes, yeah, Star Wars Galaxies. They have they've got what is it called? I have to look. I'm in a couple of Facebook groups for it, but you can, as long as you have the access to the disc, the CDs, you can reinstall it and then connect to these servers that are out there. They have a few different ones because there was the combat update, and then there was the big one that turned into a class-based system. So you can play pre-combat update, post-combat update, or you can play like kind of the, how it was when it got shut down with all the classes. But I like pre-combat update, or even with combat update, I'm okay with. I played a bounty hunter. I had a pistolier bounty hunter. So I dual-wielded pistols, and I was a bounty hunter. And my name was Randall Graves, and I was on, oh man, what was the name of the server? Like Birthright or something like that? Yeah, they're out there, man. There's a huge fan community out there for it. It's awesome. Let's see. So, in D&D news, the other thing right now is, if you go back to Kickstarter, is Nord's Kickstarter is going on right now. So they've got this one going on. So if you guys haven't seen this one, I would definitely check it out. But it's just a bunch of cards that you can basically walk through a whole process. Like, here's their PDF. You can roll off all these random kind of characters. So let's say, like, and there's a lot more than this. This is more of a hero one, but there's like ones you can do for like a merchant or something like that. So like, if we wanted, I think this might be the only one they have for trial here, is this one. But let's say we roll a die. Let's say we roll a 5. We get a fighter. And then we roll a d4. We get a 3. He's going to be an Eldritch Knight. And then we get, we roll a personality up. So we'll roll a d12 and we get guilt-ridden. And then we roll a d4 on here. And we get, let's say, ashamed. And then you'd roll here for their motivation. And then you'd roll a D4 for that, and then finally you roll their flaw. So, but they have like this one's kind of weird because it's the hero one. Probably my least favorite of them. Like I did one that was like a merchant, or no, I did one that was a provider, and like I made basically this guy who was a crazed herbalist that was addicted to mushrooms. Like it was super cool. But I like these card decks. These would all be cards. There's like 4 cards right here, so you can they're all the big turret size cards. I like them. So I would definitely check out this Kickstarter. It's a good one. And then obviously Deep Magic is going on still right now too. That's the other one right now. Which let's see, I haven't looked in a few days. Let's see how they're doing. Deep Magic. They are at $622,000. Look at that, man. These guys, this one alone would have put them up into having to pay Wizards of the Coast just on one Kickstarter. That's crazy. It's crazy. I can't wait for this one. This is gonna be a fun one. Like I'm really looking forward to this one. So, Project Black Flag. We saw some news from them on that this past week. Moving forward as planned. And playtest will be starting next month. Yeah, I always love me some Coldwell Press books. Let's see here. Let's go over to their blog. So, yeah, we got Not Raising the White Flag. So they are moving forward. February 2023, they will start the playtest. I mean, they definitely confirmed that it's going to be 5e adjacent, right? Right here, they said keep 5e products vibrant and available in print. So we should definitely see what's coming here, but definitely looks like it's going to be a 5.5. So I'm excited for it. And then did you guys see the new art for it too? I think they did 2 new pieces of art from Brian Smee. We got the orc and the troll here. So I'm thinking they're gonna probably do like a core rule book. I don't know if they'll. I'm thinking it'll be like a core rule book. I don't know if a monster book will be in the back of it, like all as one book, or they'll do a separate monster book with it, because they're gonna kind of have to do like the SRD monsters essentially in it, because it's like we have Tome Beast and all that, but we need the SRD monsters. We need our goblin and our orcs and our trolls and all those basic monsters. What's gonna be cool though is like you want a beholder, it's gonna be compatible with 5e. You go grab the beholder from your monster manual and use it. Definitely check out Oracle. I saw that was going on, but didn't look at it closely. Yeah, Oracle's great because they also have their previous one, which was the story generator one. So it gives you a bunch of cool like story stuff. And then they had their one before that, which was Elements of Inspiration. So they're doing a lot with these cards lately, and I really like it. They're a lot of fun to play with. So what I'm thinking, guys, and tell me what you think, but I want to do Black Flag playtesting here on the channel, and I want to like bring some of you in to do it. So once I get membership set up, I'll probably pick like, 4 to 5 people at a time, maybe once or twice a month, and we'll do some playtest with it. So kind of an every other week thing, I think might work out. Depending on like we'll have to see how it goes with the first one. I don't know what they're gonna give us. They might give us classes and say make characters, or they might give us a short scenario and say play through this, or they might give us some core rules and say just play a 5e scenario and see how it goes. So depending on what they give us, I definitely want to run Black Flag playtest as part of these live streams. That's gonna be a big goal. I think that'll be cool. So yeah, we'll see what happens though. I'm looking forward to it next month. And then if you guys are interested, I know we were talking about Roltmark earlier. if you are a backer, I think it's going to be coming out fairly soon. I don't know what the print schedule looks like, but digital rewards, I think they're looking to get out sooner. So, uh, make sure you take a look, do your pre-orders on those if you haven't. And I'm going to try to get the Foundry one done. I keep saying I'm going to get it done soon, but I've just been so busy. But I'm really literally down to just proofreading and doing maps, and I'm done. So I really don't have a lot left to do. Uh, so yeah. Oh, speaking of raising the flag, you saw that Cobalt Press has the tapestries now. Where is it? Merch. They have T-shirts, but they have a tapestry. Where is it? I wonder if it's not on this site. But it's a freaking tapestry, a Black Flag tapestry. I really want to get it. Yeah, so Ruber is doing the Roll20 version of Roltmore, so he's a little behind schedule. You're done with maps though, so you're ahead of me on that. I have everything except maps done. Aside from that, I'm 100% done. So it's literally QA and maps, and I'm done. So I'm just reading through. I'm basically just rereading through it from the beginning right now. And when I get to the sections of the maps, I like to make sure, go through them in detail and make sure. I was gonna normally with traps, I do like a token that represents a trap on a map, but these traps are very complex. I don't think that's gonna work, so I might have to take that kind of idea out. But I really need to kind of reread through the section, because a lot of times when I'm doing these conversions, it's a lot of just copy and pasting. I'm not really reading what's going on, so I kind of miss parts of it. Where is that tapestry? I wanted to bring up the tapestry. Hold on. Let's go to the Cobalt Press Facebook page, because it should be on there. Yes, here it is. It is on TeePublic. Bam! Different sizes. Oh no, the sale's over? That's not good. I shouldn't have waited. I should have bought it. I'll beg the right people for a discount. I want to put it behind me though. It's got to go up on the wall. That's super cool. All right, so questions for you guys. Since you're the ones here, you get to answer the questions. I gotta do a lot of copy pasting. It's the formatting that kills me. Yeah, you should see mine, man. It's all CSS, so mine all colors and looks like the book. It's crazy. So here's my question to you guys. I think somebody said they wanted, what system was it? Somebody mentioned a system in the beginning, DCC coverage. So I got to look into DCC. I have Blades in the Dark. I definitely want to dig in on that. Is there Mrs. GM Toolbox? I've already cleared it with Mrs. GM Toolbox. I already cleared it, and then she went and bought a dress, so we're good. So we're gonna cover Blades in the Dark. We're gonna cover. I guess we'll do some DCC. I kind of want to do some Call of Cthulhu. What do you guys think about Call of Cthulhu? Should we go over Call of Cthulhu? It seems like a cool system. I know a guy who's really into Call of Cthulhu. That maybe I can get him to come on. Although, actually, this might be a good time for him to come on. Oh, wait, no. I think it's the middle of the night for him right now. Or the middle of the day. Are you still here, Thomas? What time of day is it for Tilo at 7 o'clock at night our time? I don't even know. Tilo is a Call of Cthulhu freak. That guy is... He will kill you, Call of Cthulhu. I'm going to get him to run a game. For sure. But yeah, so I'm thinking Call of Cthulhu though. Definitely Pathfinder 2. Oh, I bought a Pathfinder 2 beginner box. Should be here on I think next Friday. I think it was next Friday. Or maybe Tuesday. Let me look. Amazon had them, but they were cheaper too. They were only $35, but they weren't, in stock yet. So you had to wait a little, but the shipping time changed. So it's saying February 7th. It was supposed to come February 13th. Now it's February 7th. So a week from today, I should have it. So maybe next Tuesday, a next Tuesday stream, we'll unbox it. That'll be fun. I'll have to save it for the evening. It's going to be sitting there looking at me all day. There's a Pathfinder 1E adventure path with Lovecraft stuff. Strange Aeons. Okay. I might grab it then, because I convert a lot of 1E stuff to 5E anyways. There's also the Sanderson stuff though, the Peterson stuff for Call of Cthulhu, and there's actually some of that for Foundry that I have. Sandy Peterson, right? 5E. Yeah, so Sandy Peterson's Cthulhu Mythos for 5E. So if you're looking for 5E stuff for Cthulhu, there it is. Do I have my screen? Am I sharing my screen with you guys? I'm not. Let me. I'll never get tired of that D20 transition. That's so cool. So yeah, here's Cthulhu 5E stuff. I need to pick those up. At least as PDFs, because I don't know if I can drop $89 on a hardcover right now. Let's see here. Standard edition, $59. Okay. Collector's edition, out of stock, $89. Brown Jenkins edition. I don't know what that means. What's Brown Jenkins edition? I don't know. Either way, oh, maybe it's like soft cover or something. Standard edition though, $60. I might just start with a PDF. Do they have a PDF here? Oh, here we go. Free gift with purchase. Yeah, well, they have a PDF. How do I get just the PDF though? Oh, there it is, $20. See, now that I can afford. So maybe I'll grab that. We'll look at that. That could be kind of fun. Because I was thinking about doing some kind of Cthulhu type creature, like some not Cthulhu himself, but something from the mythos. For my Midgard game as like kind of a big bad. Teal is 6 hours ahead of me, 7 for Joe. No. We don't have to call him right now. I'm thinking like I'll get him to come on one night and talk Call of Cthulhu with us, because he knows so much about it. So if I do 7 o'clock, normally is when I start, and he's 7 hours ahead of me. That's 2 a.m. for him, man. He's not gonna come on at 2 a.m. The guy has a day job. He's a teacher or something. Isn't Call of Cthulhu where everyone dies at the end of the session? I don't know. I haven't played Call of Cthulhu. I think Call of Cthulhu, though, is one where probably everybody's going to die regardless. They all go insane. But I think you're going to have a blast getting there. I really want to play that game. I think that's probably one I want to play more than anything else is Call of Cthulhu. It's one that's always just piqued my interest. I see the booth at Gen Con, and I just like stare at the books going, this looks fun. Thinking about getting a Kobold Press monster book. How is Creature Codex for Undead? I would say that the Undead is split pretty evenly between all 4 books. As a whole, I feel like Creature Codex is my favorite of all the monster books, closely followed by Tome of Beasts 3. But I can grab... Oh, here, you know what? I'll pull up the PDF. That'll probably be easier. Let me grab the PDF, and we can open it up, and we can see what's in there. We can at least see how many undead are in there. To your Creature Codex. And all right, here's Creature Codex. So why don't we do this? Let's jump to the back of the book. Let's zoom in. Let's see here. Do we have creatures by terrain? Do we have by type? Hey, look, it's the OGL. I don't know if they have them by type. Oh, here we go. Creatures by type. So undead. There's your undead list in here. So they do have the Duracool ones in here, which are nice. Let's see here. The Ghost Dragon I really like a lot. That's a cool one. If you're looking for more though, like you're shambling undead, you got a whole bunch of different skeletons. The Targhoul. Oh, let's look at the Targhoul. I like the Targhoul. That one's a fun one. So the Targhoul. So when attacked with fire, the Targhoul often screams with joy as they burst into flames. Boarded while under the service of a necromancer or Ifriti, Prince toyed with his master's creation to give an edge against fiery spellcasters. These ghouls roam the darkness in packs, haunting for fresh meat. They relish roasting their food as it screams in pain. These creatures do not fear flame. They revel in the fear their victims experience as their victims realize the inferno will be their doom. Most of these ghouls wear pieces of flint on their rags to ignite themselves if their prey does not use fire against them. So yeah, they have this fire hazard. So as a bonus action, or when it takes fire damage, the Targhoul bursts into flame. The Targhoul continues burning until it takes damage or is immersed in water. A creature that touches the Targhoul when it hits it with a melee attack while within 5 feet of it while it's burning takes 1d6 fire damage. While burning, a Targhoul deals an extra 1d6 fire damage on each melee attack, and its vomit tar action is a 15-foot cone that ignites immediately. Each creature in that area... sorry, my eyes are burning. Each creature in that area must make a dexterity... DC 13 dexterity saving throw, taking 66 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. And then they have their vomit tar, which is on a recharge, and that is DC 13 dex saving throw, 1d6, and then if you start your turn in that area, you take another 1d10. So that's kind of a cool one. What else is in there? We got a couple different vampires. Oh, the zombies are cool. The zombie mold is cool. Kind of very The Last of Us. I've been watching that show. God, that show is good. We got a zombie lord. Here's a zombie mold. Disease. Yeah, look at that, man. There you go. That's The Last of Us right there. That's like from the show. Spore death, plague breath. Some cool stuff in here. Yep. You also, like Michael just said, Nord's got the Dreaded Curse, which is an all undead monster book. Let me pull that one up for you. You can take a look. Nord. Where's my Nord folder? Here's the Dreaded Curse. So this is a full-on book of nothing but undead. And what's cool with this is that you'll see here it's like they just have like kind of categories. So let's say we want whites. We'll go to page 161 for the whites. So we come here, and then it's just a whole bunch of different. Like they have some information on role-playing whites and combat tactics, which is great. And then they have just different types of whites. So rather than just the white in the monster manual, you have the tracker, the hunter, the slayer of the living, the warrior. So they give you all these different types. The champion. So you get like a monsters as a category and all these different versions of said monster with different stat blocks. So Dreaded Cursed is a great book from Nord. Let's see here. I see something. Pull this up for you. Video. I do have a video on the Dreaded Curse if you want to look at it more. I'm just trying to see here. Here we go. This one will work. Oh, that's not it. Give me a second here. I'm getting you a link. Well, I thought I had the link. Maybe I don't. I have an affiliate link for Nord. I just can't remember what it is. But that's okay. If you look at any of my Nord videos, I have an affiliate link there you can use if you want to help me out. I mean, they tell you what type of and how many for a group of 7th level characters. Yeah, I mean, it's all sorts of good stuff in here, man. I like the Nord books. They do a great job. I like their art too. Here's Will. You got Will-O-Wisps. You got a whole bunch of different ones there. Combat tactics, role playing. Like they give that for everything, right? You get environment, role playing, combat tactics, origin, all that for everything. You have a few different encounters here, so depending on what CR you want, stuff like that. And then you have all your different ones. Yeah, it's good stuff. What else do we have? What else was a good one for undead? Is there another good undead one? I'm trying to think. You know what's a good? It's not an undead one. I'm trying to think. There's a book. God, what was it called? I can't remember, man. There was one on the DM's Guild that I really liked. Well, there's also the Monster Manual Extended on DM's Guild. That's pretty good. Oh, you got the Avatar Airbender RPG? I have that too, and it is. I only have the PDFs. I did not buy the physical copy. We should get a game of that going, Thomas. I want to play that so bad. Here, I got some PDFs here of that. I think we can pull that up. Let me see. Where did I put that? Here it is. Avatar Legends. This one? This is the one you got, right? Yeah, this is so cool. I enjoyed having this book out while I was watching the show, because you can literally like reference stuff. You kickstarted the Anime 5e. I saw that one. I didn't go for that one. I'm not really a huge anime person, believe it or not. I've been getting more and more into it. I do love The Last Airbender though, but this is a great book. Like, if for nothing else, if you're just an Airbender fan, this is a great book. Revenge of the Horde is another great one. It is just like the one I just showed you. Just it's more like gnolls and orcs and goblins and all those types of kind of creatures. You get those ogres, and same things. Like you want a god. Like now you make now I want to pull it up because I do love that one. I really like because it comes in handy. Like I was doing an adventure where I needed gnolls, and they just had a whole bunch of them in there, and like same thing like goblins. And it's not just like here's like 5 different goblins. It's like here's rock goblins and forest goblins. Where are you at? Ultimate Revenge. Where's the horde? Here it is. No. Here we go. So, let's see here. Let me pull up the... So like here, I went gnolls, right? I wanted gnolls. So as we go through, we've got, again, culture, environment, things like that. But we have plains gnolls, though. So it's not just gnolls. Here's plains gnolls. So here's their culture and environment and role-playing a plains gnoll. Here is war bands of plains gnolls. And then here's all different stat blocks for them. And then there's a lot. I'm still scrolling through plains gnolls. Okay, now we have gutter gnolls. These are like gnolls that would live in the sewers and stuff like that. And then all those different gnolls. And then we've got rock knolls. So I mean, super useful book. If you're like, if you know you want to have a fight with gnolls, but you don't want to just have like the 2 or 3 gnolls available in the WotC books. You want some variety. This is it, man. Like, it is a great book. I absolutely love it. Let's see here. Let's get to some comments. Um, Ariel says, correct me if I'm wrong, but in the apocalypse system, but in the apocalypse system, doesn't matter if you are a firebender or a lava bender, or if you have a blue fire, or you're an earth bender. I don't know because I haven't really had time to dig into it to see how the system works. I was more reading up on the lore because I was watching the show and I was digging through the lore at the time. So they do have like, because they also have the lore book, which is really great. It has like the maps and all of that stuff. Go back in there real quick. There's the role playing. This is, I think, the Adventurer's Guide. Yeah. So this is like the book I spent a lot of time in, because they've got like all the maps and like all the locations. You know, there's the owl from that library. Yeah, it's super cool. NPCs, all sorts of cool stuff in here. It is a great, it is a cool system. Like, I definitely got to get in and play it. There's Suki. I love that show. Here's the best character in all of Airbender right here. Yeah, so I started looking at Power of the Apocalypse, Thomas. What I didn't realize is that it's not so much a system as like that one game is really like the base of the system, and all these other games are kind of spin-offs that use a similar system sort of thing. It's weird how Power of the Apocalypse works. I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. But Blades in the Dark apparently is part of Power of the Apocalypse. Like, it's kind of part of that system. Someone told me that the Iron Sworn uses the power by the... Yeah, it does. It does. That's what I realized. Like, I was looking at all this Power of the Apocalypse stuff. And there was, I mean, some weird games in there too, man. There was like these weird like romance dating games that were powered by the Apocalypse. Like, there's some weird stuff that uses it. God, I can't remember that one. There was one that just had the weirdest name. It was really funny. I can't remember. But there's a bunch of stuff that falls under Power of the Apocalypse. It's a pretty vast system. So yeah, all the combat is the same, just one roll and deal damage. Well, you know, we have the book. Let's see. So here's the world. That's probably what I was looking at, was the world, but let's look at the system itself. So, running the game. Or maybe we want core moves. Let's look. Core moves. To do it, do it. If you want to make a specific move, you can. You just need to describe what you're doing and how you want to, how you're doing it. Make sure you actually hit the trigger or move before reaching for the dice. So that's the question: is what's the dice system? So when you assess situations, roll with creativity on a 7 through 9. Ask one question. On a 10 plus, ask 2. Take +1 going on. So I think it's sounds like it's a D20 system. Yeah, I'll have to actually read the rules at some point. Fundamentals of play. Maybe this is the section we want. Framing scenes. What do you do? Fictional positioning. Moving dice. So it looks like you have these triggers. I don't know. Rolling dice. Blah, blah, blah. Hits and misses. When move asks you to roll dice, roll 2 6-sided dice, 2d6. Add the roll. Add the 2 results together and follow the outcome of the move. Okay, so there you go. So you probably have a bunch of moves. that you can do. You roll the dice, and based on the roll, it tells you what the outcome is. Huh. That's kind of cool. Someone told me, oh yeah. Interesting. Oh man, that poor guy with the cabbages, man. He never catches a break, does he? That poor guy. I'm hoping that the new they're supposed to be doing a new live action Airbender. Hopefully it's a good one this time. I never saw the last one. I just heard so many bad things that I never wanted to see it. But I wouldn't mind just more stuff in the Airbender universe. Doesn't even have to move the timeline forward. Let's go back, like, you know, see some of the older Airbenders. That they did a whole series on like the first Airbender, and it was super cool. I'd love to like just get all his adventures, like the original Airbender, and like, you know, get a whole series on him or something like that. I don't know. Could be some cool stuff. But this does seem like a good one. This is definitely one we should play, Thomas. We need to make some time and play it. All we need to do is hop on Zoom. Like, I don't think you need mini. I don't think this game really is like a minis and map game. I think it's really a theater of the mind game. Hey Tori, welcome. Better late than never, man. I may be wrong, but it seems there are no moves. I mean, you can interpret it, sure, but there are no rules for it. I don't know. And I'll tell you, well, see, they have bending here. I'll tell you what. I'll make it my homework to read up on it, and we can go over it next time. I see conditions. Fatigue. Misses and failures. Reverse moves. There are exceptions to always wanting a 10 plus. Some moves are reversed. You want to roll low when you try to deny a call out. So yeah, I mean, it looks like hits and misses. Moves don't fire off. I see, where are the actual moves? So framing scenes in the first step is an interesting diversion, but it's the moves that connect your heroes to the fiction in exciting ways. Each move is a small set of rules that resolves conflicts, answers questions, and pushes the story forward. Moves are like the programming language of the game. When you do X, then do Y, defining the fiction when your character takes meaningful actions. One exciting thing about this kind of storytelling is that sometimes no one, not even the GM, knows what will happen next. Can a character sneak past the Fire Nation guards? Can they stop a falling boulder from crushing a teammate? In these moments, the moves take center stage, helping you and your group decide what happens to resolve the uncertainty. You don't decide as a group. You trick the guard to get past them, or rely on your skills and training to earthbend the rocks away. At the start of the game, every companion gets access to the basic moves. So page 127. Let's go look. 127. Basic moves. So right here. So you have hold, forward, ongoing, intimidate, plead, push your luck. So these are almost like skill checks more than anything. Otherwise you have bending. Where's the bending move? There is no one bending move. Bending or actions using non-bending training happens when a move happens with a move, not because of it. Moves instead focus on your character's intent. In-game terms, whether you sling a rock near a guard to get them to leave their post, or use airbending to throw your voice and taunt them away, you're tricking them. You might guide and comfort someone by saying things. So it feels very theater of the mind. It feels very open. Interesting. There's balance moves. So there are moves, but the moves almost seem like kind of skill checks. I don't know if Airbender was a series of books first, honestly. I never got into it until it was a show. I don't know. Well, you know, here's the thing, Thomas. It might not play good online. I don't know, but I don't think we need a VTT to play it. I think that it's really it sounds more like a theater of the mind game. So I think it might play just fine online. Like I think we could probably sit there and just do it over Zoom if we wanted to. I don't think we need a VTT at all. We just need a couple of D6s and hanging out, and that's it. It might be a pretty cool game to play online, actually. There's also that Oz game that I got for Maddie. I want to play that. We got to get Maddie to run it though. Yeah, Airbender does look cool. This could be a good system. Maybe I'll dig into this system. We can play around with this one on one of the streams. I'm kind of curious. Like I picked it up. I want to play it. I mean, that's kind of what I want to start doing is checking out these other systems. I think that if we're going to be doing 2 streams a week, which is the goal, I think we should do one stream where we're focused on like D&D type stuff, whether that's D&D or Black Flag or maybe even Pathfinder, and then the other stream is when we focus on like totally other systems, like Airbender or Powered by the Apocalypse or something like that, like one of the other kind of not D20 systems. What do you guys think of that? I think that might be a good way to do it. Because I do want to like still do D&D stuff, and obviously I want to mess around with some Pathfinder, things like that. But that I almost lump like Black Flag, Pathfinder, D&D to one category, and then all the other games into another. The games that are not high fantasy with elves and dwarves and stuff. Now there is another game coming out that I got I mentioned this in the last stream. I got a press package for it. And it is a mashup of like sci-fi, cyberpunk, and fantasy, and it's a world where there's magic and there's elves and dwarves and stuff like that, but you're kind of set in like a future type of place, and there's this oppressive government that you're kind of rebelling against, but there's this whole thing where each race essentially has got its own people that it's like kind of looking out for, and you have these ideals that you have to stay true to. So you have to do I think the game is called Subversion, but you have to subvert this government and do these things without compromising your ideals. And there's a system that makes sure you're balancing that. It's not just a role play thing. It's more than that. So yeah, that could be a cool one. Yes, the Neverland one too, right? That's the other one from the same publisher. So they have the Oz one, and they have the Neverland one. I can't remember which one I got her. I might have gotten her is the Neverland one the green one? Let me look. I don't remember which one I bought her now. Let me go to my orders. I bought it on Amazon. Neverland. Yeah, I did. I bought her Neverland. Okay, so it's the Neverland one that she has. That's I don't have my browser window up right now. That is this one. Seems kind of cool though. So it's just this it's kind of a messed up version of Neverland. Like like a twisted version. What was that show, Once Upon a Time or something, where they kind of did all the storybook characters and they kind of twisted it? I feel like it might be something kind of like that, but darker. It was like Neverland meets Wonderland, but it seems cool. It seems worth checking out. Which one? The Neverland one? Yeah, I think that'll be great. I think that's a good way to go. I think we'll do that. I think we'll do maybe like, I think Friday. Maybe we'll kind of focus Fridays as more of the D&D day, since that's the days we're gonna be hearing like Black Flag news. It's gonna be Black Flag Fridays, and then Tuesdays we can look at these other systems. We'll still probably like talk a little news and stuff in the first part of the stream, and then we'll get into some other systems. We'll keep it kind of general, and then we'll grab a system and look at it, and play with it and stuff like that. I think it'll be cool. Oh, the cyberpunk sci-fi one. It's not out yet. It's called Subversion, though. I'm gonna probably do some content on it here real soon. Um, did I? Let me see. I have a press package for it. I could probably show you an image or something. Hold on. There's Iron Sworn Subversion. Here we go. Let's see. Let me pull this up. Oh, that's gonna work. Here, let me do this. Image. Give me a second here. I'll show you guys what I have for it. Anyways, well, what I can show you. I don't know how much. So I've got the full PDF of it, but I don't think I can share all that. So here's Subversion. So I'll show you at least the poster or something. So there you go. That's Subversion. Coming to Kickstarter soon, February 21st. So it does look cool though. So it's like, from what I've read it so far, the story, like a long time ago, in this place called Babylon, there was magic, and I think the magic like got out of control, it got abused, things kind of got messed up. And now you jump forward to the future, and now there's this mixture of magic and technology, and there's this oppressive government that controls everything. And you have your different races, like you've got humans and goblins and elves and dwarves. You know, you're trying to subvert this this messed up government, in Neo Babylon is the name of the city. Cyberpunk Red isn't still available. I don't know. I don't know that one. But yeah, this is from what's the name of the company? Something Unicorn or something like that. You can see their little logo over there. Do I have anything else I can show of that? I wonder if I could show the video. Here's a teaser. You know, let's show the teaser. Let's do this. Give me a second. I think I can show this. I don't think they'd be upset with that. How do I show this? I don't see it showing up on my list. Let's not do that then. I don't think there's audio with this though. Like this. You might be able to hear that. So there you go. That's Subversion. Seems all right. Hey, Kaywood, how's it going? Kaywood's got some stuff coming out too. Now, Kaywood, let's see here. I got some stuff from you recently. What was the last one I got from you? Was that your newest one that's out, or is that one that's coming out? And then I saw the new art also, or is that the same book that you were sharing that art on Twitter? I still owe you a video on that one. Let me see here. Yeah, it was a cool teaser. I need to look. I need to send Kayla some money. Can't decide on a bestiary. I would say pick whatever fits what you're doing in your campaign. You're doing Midgard, so you probably don't need the Underworld one. The city one is still probably my favorite. But if you're they have a Feywild one that's kind of cool. You know what you should do, Kaywood, is do like a Shadow. Do you have a Shadow Realm one yet? You need a Shadow Realm one. Like a Shadowfell book. Yeah, Subversion definitely looks cool. Let me see something. Now I gotta look. So let's see here. So Kaywood's got Monsters of the Dungeon, Brave the Darkness coming out, which I think that will be a very useful one. Let's see here. I feel like you must have sent me on drive-through. I can't. Yeah, I think you sent me the other one on drive-through, which means it's probably your most recent one that's out. Probably a city one my players love to stay in. Yeah, well then the city one for sure. I'm just taking a look here, see what I have. I know he sent me something recently. I swear you sent me something. Did you not send me a book just recently? Monster of the Dungeon should be on Kickstarter late February. That's book. Did you just send me a PDF of a book though? I can't find it. Did you email it to me maybe? So yeah, you have a new one coming out in February, which is going to be awesome. Oh yeah, the Feyland 2. You sent me Feyland 2. I need to get a physical copy of Feyland 2, man. Yeah, I got it right here. Here. Feyland 2 is out, right? I could share that with everybody here. I'll share. I'll bring it up on the screen right now. I just want to make sure. PDF was just released. Printed books coming. Okay, good. All right, so I'm gonna share it then. All right. So here you go, guys. This is Monsters of the Feyland 2. So let's look at the cover art, because great cover art. Yeah. So you gotta do a Shadow Realm one, man. That's what you need to do next. Is after the Dungeon one, you gotta do Shadow Realm. Let's see here. So yeah, a bunch of just cool monsters. Awakened Flower, that's a good idea. Corrupted Brownie Queen. I love the I don't know where you come up with some of these ideas. Because some of them are so like the general, right? Like it's a great idea, concept, and then you can totally just change like create a general as opposed to the general and name it and whatnot, but you have this whole personality and everything here. I love that. Like these are some of my favorite characters that you make. Are these ones that are like more of a concept rather than a person or a creature. Um, the Never Dragon. Okay, my interest is piqued. An adventuring party reaches a peaceful clearing deep in the Everwood. They've tracked a turquoise dragon and have it in their sights. Suddenly, the dragon disappears into the air. Shifty character. These monsters are always on the move. Their ability to move in and out of the Feyland enables them to outsmart many opponents. Mind games. Never dragons are highly intelligent and devise complicated strategies to steal treasure and gain power. They even study tactics they read about in ancient texts. Most never dragons live in expansive caves deep inside Everwood. Their sparkling treasure hoards are the only source of light in these cavernous layers. So this is a CR9. The dragon can cast the blink spell twice a day. They breathe air and water. Three attack, multi-attack, bite, claw. And then their breath weapon is a multicolored gas, 60-foot cone, DC 15 con save. Unfailed, its creature speed is halved, and it can't make more than one attack on a turn. Oh, that would be brutal against a high-level fighter. In addition, the creature can use an action or bonus action on its turn, but not both. These effects last 1 minute. The creature can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect on itself successfully. That's a cool character. I like it. Nixie. So these are some cool stuff. What's this? Root of all evil. This is what I mean. This is another good example. Root of all evil. That's such a great concept. The root of all evil is one of the most powerful creatures in the land of Fae. This plant can take an entire army by itself. What is this? A CR15? The monster has made a series of tunnels underneath the forest that led to a massive cavern. Their hidden labyrinth lair. The Fae in the Everwood make sure to stay away from this plant's territory. God, this could be an entire like quest to go and like eliminate one of these. This Michael, this would be a cool creature to have in the Shadow Fae too on Midgard, don't you think? Oh, I'm not showing it. My bad. All this time and I'm not showing it. There we go. Sorry about that. Here's the root of all evil. I'll show you the here's the Never Dragon. I've got to go through now and show you guys the other art. Here's the general that I was talking about. Some good art up here. Let's get up to the cover art. There's the cover art. Some cool maps and stuff too. I like that. But yeah, I like this root of all evil. This is cool. There's a lot of creatures in there that would work for the Shadow Realm. Yeah, there are. This is definitely one I would put in the Shadow Realm. I like this one. This one probably too, right? Standing Stones. The Twist Elven Ghosts. Whispers. The White Stag. Man, there's always a White Stag and everything. Sugarwood Mountains. I love Travis's art. Such a great artist. Just such a different feel from every other book out there, you know? The Rock Leaper. Is that a stone whale? Sugar Dragon. Wow, there's some cool stuff in here. So this is all K-Wood. Cackles and Evil, yes, that will do nicely. Yeah, I assume you're talking about the root of all evil. I love that. That's a great name too. There's got to be a good story behind that one. There's got to be a good story behind the creation of that creature. Oh, let's see here. A couple more minutes and we'll call it. I want to end here at on the hour. Let's see. All right, so here's the plan. This Friday, let's see what Co-op Press announces, and we'll talk some Black Flag. I'll see what else I can get prepared for this Friday. I would definitely want to try to get the memberships and stuff going. I want to start planning some play tests, and I want to start maybe working on an adventure with everybody in stream, and then members would all get a free copy of the adventure, and I'd select a few members at random to play the adventure, and I'll DM it, and we'll do it. We'll do a stream of it or something maybe, and then we'll play it on Foundry because that's what I roll on. Monsters of Feyland 2 is out as a PDF, printed book coming any day, POD on Drive-Thru RPG. Are you actually doing printed books, or are you still doing only PODs? Like, or did you actually start working to get actually physical copies now, besides POD? Yeah, I don't think we've done a Feyland 2 video, have we? Have we covered that on the channel yet? I can't remember. If not, we should. Let's see here. I think the last one we did was Monsters of the Underworld. So I did Monsters of the Feyland. Oh, I did do it. Well, no, I interviewed you when the Kickstarter was happening. So we did an interview for Feyland 2. I did a review of Feyland. I did a review of Monsters of the City. I think we did another interview for Monsters of the Wilderness. And then we did Monsters of the Underworld. So yeah, we need to do a full review of the Feyland 2 book. That is on the list then. Yeah, you definitely need some K-Wood monster books in your life. They're super good. I love them. They're just they kind of do for me like what Nord does for me with a lot of stuff. Is I feel like they inspire stories in my mind. You know, I don't know if it's just it's between the art and the naming conventions. There's just something about them. I always describe it as a much more whimsical type of monster book. And maybe that's Travis's art doing it, but I don't know, man. It just sounds, there's just something about them that I just really enjoy and love to just inspire ideas in my head. So, but we will, let's see what's going on Friday. I don't have a set plan for Friday stream yet, other than Black Flag stuff, which I'll probably do a small video on Friday as well as soon as the Black Flag news drops. But we'll talk a bit about it here. And then, I definitely want to get some plans going. Maybe if I get some time, I'll read through the Airbender one, and I can answer some more of those questions for Ariel. And I'd like to, I gotta talk to the guy from Subversion and see how much I can start, like what I can show, what I can share, what I can talk about. Because it does seem kind of cool. I've never been a cyberpunk guy. But there's something about this one that I really like. Like, it's a good mashup. Mage Hand Press, I think, does a good mashup, too. So that's another one I want to look into. But they're 5e. But I think I like the idea of the fantasy cyberpunk mashup rather than going straight cyberpunk. Kickstarter needs a soon-to-be starting section. Well, they need a section that when you can look, yeah. I mean, like, publishers can put their page up and tell you about it, but yeah, you're right. There needs to be a way you can browse starting soon kind of stuff. So, all right, guys. Stay tuned. I'll post some stuff as it comes out. We'll see what I'm going to do for this week's video. But yeah, I'm going to start doing videos on Fridays, I think, rather than Thursdays. just because it's easier. And then I'll do my lives on Tuesdays and Fridays. If I get time to start doing more videos, they'll probably be Mondays. I think I can't remember what day I was looking at, Monday or Tuesdays. But then I'm trying to do more shorts, so keep an eye out for my shorts. And I'm doing what I'm calling briefs. Like this week, if you saw my Project Black Flag update, like basically videos that are under 3 minutes. But they're not the shorts format; they're normal video. So I might be putting some more of those out as well. And then getting seen is a full time job, man. Doing this is going to be a full time job. Like I said, I'm trying to do more, so I want to bring you guys as much as I can, and you really build this channel up. It'd be great to have a bigger community here interacting. I think maybe soon we'll start a Discord server as well. I think we need a GM Toolbox Discord, so maybe that'll happen too. So we'll see. But yeah, stay tuned. Friday live, Friday new video. Keep an eye out for some shorts. I want to post one a day, but it's hard to sometimes come up with the time with my day job. So we'll see. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate all of you. And we'll see you guys soon. Bye.